شكرا سيد سايمون. والآن أدعو الدكتور بيدرو باندا مدير البحوث والتطوير في المسابقة العالمية للجامعات لتصميم الأبنية المعتمدة على الطاقة الشمسية في الشرق الأوسط.
Thank you, Mr. Simon. I would now like to invite Dr. Pedro Banda, Director of Research and Development, Solar Decathlon Middle East. Please welcome the stage.
Thank you very much. Well, I guess we are already part of the family, as Edwin said. We are not looking to be part of the family. We are already there, and I guess almost everyone here will agree with that. Thank you, all the guests that we have here today. It is helping us a lot to disseminate and create this excitement about the project that we are putting together. And I guess all the universities, faculty, and students in here are getting excited about the projects as much as we have been for the last few months. So I'm sure this is a really good start to get with. I'll have a really brief presentation just to tell you where we are in the Solar Decathlon Middle East and what are the next steps that we will be moving towards. I will say first, linking the project to the national initiative, and specifically about the national strategy for innovation. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, launched the National Innovation Strategy. That was in October 2014. We are already more than a year into that strategy, with the aim of making the UAE one of the most innovative nations in the world within 7 years. We have 6 more to go, but we are already advancing in that sense. So these were defined, this strategy was defined as 4 tracks leading towards, in these 4 years, and leading these 7 priority sectors. If you look what we have seen here today and what Solar Decathlon is about, it matches perfectly with this strategy. It matches and it enhances 2 of the tracks, thinking about stimulating environment for innovation and thinking about preparing individuals for science, technology, engineering, and maths. These helping grow on those priority sectors as renewable energy, transport, education, water, and technology. So I guess we're pretty much well positioned from a top view on this project and our way forward, and have an assurance that we'll get the support and the government support for the years to come. We had in the events that we were managing leading to this project, we had an agreement with the Department of Energy, an MOU signed, that was June last year. So less than a year, we've moved quite a lot since we started this. So that was the beginning, that we sat down, we signed the agreement and said, let's make this happen. We went to Solar Decathlon 2015, the U.S. Department of Energy in Irvine, California, a delegation headed by His Excellency, MD and CEO, Mr. Altair, and we launched the Solar Decathlon Middle East at the award ceremony. We had a really good interaction with the different teams, some of them here today, and we saw the passion, and we saw what the project was about, and that helped us in moving forward as quick as possible to get this in here. So I'll highlight from Solar Decathlon Middle East, our organization, our goal. It's about knowledge. We've seen a lot of things here. We've seen how the houses are built, how the teams work together. But at the end, I will highlight the knowledge and building the economy on knowledge for our people. That's what will ensure this sustainable growth. We will raise awareness of the students, and this is already a task we're achieving right now, raising the awareness for all the students participating, and by participating, it's been already members of the family, already engaged and wanted to learn about what this is about. It's not only academic, although it is in itself an academic competition, but we have to encourage professionals to participate and share the projects and sponsor and collaborate and be part of the projects with the students. To educate the general public. So it's not only about the universities, not only about the professionals, but the general public, they have to know. They have to know when we talk about energy efficiency, what does it mean? What does it mean to be at a comfortable living at 24 degrees? Why we do that? Why that can be done and at a reasonable price? So top of that, we're looking at promoting the architecture, the sustainable architecture. We're promoting solar system integration, which is already an initiative, a strategic initiative for DEWA and Dubai government in having solar as an important part of our electricity generation. And to demonstrate that all these solar homes or sustainable homes are comfortable, are attractive, are affordable, and they can be done. They can be done based on our people developing the projects and this teamwork that we're looking to. So basically, the competition is based, it's mimicking in some way Solar Decathlon US and Solar Decathlon Europe, adapting the rules and contest to our specific needs. So we're looking for 20 teams to participate, to design the house, to build the house, to operate the house. And as you can see, at the end there will be a winner, but we've seen from the presentations today that they all will be winners. We need, and we are proposing this project for the teams to design their houses adapted to the climate of this region. So in this case, we will be very specific. We need to find the solutions for the climates in the region. We know temperature, humidity, dust, those are really harsh environment that condition the way we live and the way we move around. So this competition can bring up a lot of new ideas on how to solve the specific topics in these areas. The 10 contests that we will be, or that we have modified or adapted from previous events, we'll have the first one that will be architecture. Obviously, it's just to assess the designs and the space, the integration of technology in the architectural strategy and the energy efficiency strategy. We will have a second engineering and construction. Obviously, we are still online of a contest on other competitions. We'll be assessing the construction, the engineering of systems, design, the implementations that are in the houses. The teams will have to demonstrate the functionality of the house, the structure, the envelope, the plumbing, the electricity, air conditioning, the design of a solar system, everything integrated, that is safety is viable and can be fully integrated in the project. Energy management, that's an important one. It's a sustainable house, it's a solar house, so we have to make it as close as possible to fully dependent on their own solar generation, in line with Shams Dubai, which is Dubai's DEWA initiative for solar rooftop or distributed renewable energy integration into the grid. Comfort conditions is key. We know, we just mentioned how hard the environment can be here at some times. We need to define first what's comfortable conditions for us. Those 24 degrees we talk a lot about, we need to force that situation, that we feel comfortable under this condition. We need to find the comfortability about the humidity, the dust level that might be inside the living environment. So following a little bit with other contexts as well. Environmental acoustics. We'll be assessing the internal and external acoustical performance of the building on the daily life and under special situations like to extreme weather conditions that might be happening here, dust storms, and how the structural and non-structural elements react to this extreme weather condition. House functioning. It's been talked before in some of the presentations that the house needs to work. The cooking range needs to cook, the heater needs to heat, the cooler needs to cool. The electric vehicles will be incorporated in this context as well as part of the house functioning, which is how a family in the house uses the house in itself for living and looking around that every part and element in the house is functioning as it has been designed. Number 7 is sustainability, looking at how the economic, the social, the environmental elements merge together into the sustainability of the house. We're looking at there was some question before about elements, materials, and components. All these fits in here. We have to make sure that all the house and the performance of the house is achieved sustainably with maintaining all the standards, and that all this is achieved with a maximum reduction of negative environmental impact. So we will be looking also at the materials and the systems that are used in the construction phase across the whole building cycle and demolition of decommissioning of the house or components of the houses, and the water conservation initiatives that can be incorporated in the design of the house that will also be evaluated. Vegetation and hardscaping. Linking to the sustainability, we leave the vegetation and hardscaping as an important part of the surroundings. We need the house not just to be a house in the middle of the desert, but the house with the surrounding, and how that surrounding will help linking the house with the city and with the community around it. So vegetation, water conservation, how that vegetation actively participating in the house functioning, and hardscaping about all that surrounding the house that is not vegetation, that is non-living matter, and how that is integrated. What materials, the materials for flooring, walls, and shadings, that will be the part of this hardscaping around the house itself. Communication, that's the 9th contest. Obviously, we need to see the teams communicating their creativity, their effective and efficient ways of transmitting what they've done and what the proposal is, and that is relevant to the competition topics: the sustainability, the innovation, energy efficiency, and as well of communicating the ideas that define their proposal as unique, their own identity of the different projects. And finally, the 10th contest, that will be innovation, linking with the National Innovation Strategy and how important innovation will be for all these designs. We'll be evaluating the degree of the house, of elements of the house in all the preceding contests. We'll be focusing and seeing emergent or radical or revolutionary changes and proposals. Apart from being a contest in itself, we will be looking probably at some support and prices and mentioning on elements that can bring an innovative solution into the market. Our goal will be to support all these new ideas and accelerate them into the market if we identify something that is really worth it, and we identify something that might be a breakthrough in its area. So these are the 10 contests. We are inviting the teams here, and we're inviting practically everyone around the world to participate and provide their projects. There will be prizes and a work scheme up to 10 million dirham. That is the plan, but as you know, everyone will be a winner independently of what the position will be in there. But this will be the scheme that we are planning for this competition. The application process will start within a couple of weeks. Documents in our webpage will be ready, and we will be looking at submissions from the teams, and the submission will be open probably until the end of June. That will be time for interaction with the teams, preparing their projects, and make sure that we get enough and very quality teams participating. This first process is not about choosing the projects, it's about choosing the teams that will develop the projects towards 2018. We have to make sure that the teams will be capable of creating the ideas, implementing the ideas, making it work, and most importantly, looking at the financing and the right partners to make the project happening. Because the project will be a fully independent, both from technically and financially, on each university participation or team participating in the competition, teams of universities that might be participating. So some key dates that we've had and will be having in this project until the project starts. June, we signed the agreement. October, we visited Solar Decathlon in the Department of Energy in the US, where expression of interest was announced and the project was announced. We are today, 25th January, hosting an engagement workshop, awareness workshop, just to make sure that everyone understands how we are moving forward and trying to gather all your ideas and participation into this project. February, within a couple of weeks, as I said, we'll launch the request for proposals. March, we are looking into a second workshop. We'll look at what the format will be, but we'll be in contact, and you will learn through a webpage or a mailing or a newsletter on how to participate in this workshop. June 2016 will be deadline for the project's submissions. September 2016, the team selection will be completed, and we expect to be ready to announce the teams participating in the competition during the World Green Economy Summit and WETEX exhibition in Dubai that will be happening in October this year. So this is the timeline for this year and how things will happen, and you will be all informed, and I really hope that you will all be part of the process. So I'll thank you very much for being here. Now that you are part of the family, we'll see each other often, and we'll discuss often. And I'm looking forward to see all your projects here in Dubai, ready for Solar Decathlon Middle East in 2018. Thank you very much.